If you're about to start freelancing or you're a few months in and it feels harder than anyone told you it would be, this is for you. I freelanced for about a year before I stopped. Not because the work was bad, because nobody tells you what actually matters early on, and I learned most of it the expensive way. This is episode 1 of a series I'm calling Freelancer OS. Everything I wish someone had told me and everything I've heard from the freelancers I talk to every week now, building a company for exactly this space. The biggest mistake in year 1 isn't pricing. It's not even finding clients. It's underestimating how much of freelancing is management, not the actual work. You think you're signing up to a design or shoot or write. What you're actually signing up for is chasing replies, managing feedback, tracking who owes you money, and doing all of it with no team and no process. Nobody warns you that the job is 50% the craft and 50% running a tiny, chaotic business. Before you take on a single client, there are 3 things worth having in place. 1, a simple way to share files that isn't just email attachment to WhatsApp. You'll be surprised how fast that becomes a mess. 2, a basic contract or scope agreement, even a 1-pager. It doesn't need to be a lawyer drafted document. It needs to exist. 3, a way to track what you're owed. A spreadsheet is fine at first, just don't rely on memory. None of this needs to be expensive or complicated. It just needs to exist before you need it, not after the first mess happens. Here's the part that actually ended my run as a freelancer. Communication overhead. Every project turns into scheduling calls just to get feedback on a file. Waiting days for a reply, then getting 24 hours to make the edits. Chasing, did you see my email? More than doing the actual work. This is the single most underrated reason freelancers burn out in year 1. Not lack of clients, lack of a system for how clients give feedback and approve work. If I could go back, I'd have fixed this before it became the reason I started. The freelancers who last past year 1 usually have one thing in common. They've made it easy for clients to say yes, give feedback, and pay without a dozen back and forth messages. That might mean a shared folder with clear naming. It might mean a single link where a client can look at work, leave a comment, and approve it. It might mean an invoice that goes out the moment a project's marked done, instead of you remembering 3 weeks later. The tools don't need to be fancy. They need to remove friction, because friction is what makes clients slow to reply and slow to pay. This is actually the exact problem I'm building a company around now. It's called Parlo, a client portal for freelance designers and photographers. 1 link, no login required for the client. So file sharing, approvals, feedback, and invoicing all live in one place instead of 6 apps and a group chat. I'm not going to pretend this video is unrelated to that. It's not. I built it because I lived the version of freelancing where this wasn't solved, and now I talk to freelancers every week who are dealing with the same thing. If any part of this resonated, it's linked below, currently in free beta. That's year 1, the short version. Set up the basics before you need them and treat communication as a real problem to solve, not just something you push through. Next episode, I'm going deep on the actual freelancer stack, the specific tools worth using and the ones that are a waste of money early on. If this was useful, subscribe for the rest of the series.